What's up, everybody? Celtic Scarecrow here, back whenever you get those 10s and 20 views. It is the first Tuesday of the month. It's time for my anime slash cartoon of the month. And I actually chose a cartoon. I chose a cartoon from my childhood. It is September, and sad thing is, when you hit a certain age, especially if you have small people, the Burrs month are so much better. I'm talking about September, October, November, December. One, all the little bastards have to go back to school.
Oh, back to school, to prove to Dad that I'm not a fool. I got my lunch packed up, my boots tied tight. I hope I don't get in a fight.
And then it's like, all right, cool, less traffic, less bugs. I'm just fine with that. But yeah, I finally picked a cartoon. This cartoon actually breaks my own rule I kind of set in place for this whole segment, which is a show that a normal person can finish in a month. Granted, I can binge watch and somewhat catch up to One Piece. Just saying. But yeah, normal persons. But yeah, so the show I picked is a childhood favorite of mine. A show that my dad likes. This is a show that if you're roughly the same age as me, which according to the stats, that's what everyone is, you will want to watch. And go watch with the kids. And this show is
Arnold! Move it, football head! Hey, Arnold!
Hey Arnold. Hey Arnold is a cartoon from Nickelodeon, back when they just put out good shows, that ran from October 7th, 1996 to June 8th, 2004. This show had an 8-year run. I did not think it ran for that long. It had 5 seasons and average of 20 episodes per season. So there's 100 episodes. And because much like a lot of these shows back then, they had half episodes. Like, so basically 2 episodes in one. So there is 185 like segments, so 85 different stories for Harold, plus 2 movies. One that came out in 2002, the other that came out in 2017. That movie was more or less a wrapping up a lot of the storylines, especially with the main characters, what happened to his parents. So Hey Arnold takes place in a fictional city called Hillwood, which is basically a PG version of like New York City. That's the best way I can kind of describe it, because there's episodes where there's the giant heat wave and snow. They have a sports team. So, and apparently the guy who cast inspired from Seattle, Portland, and Brooklyn. So, yeah. But yeah, Hey Arnold revolves more or less around 3 main characters. The first one being, well, Arnold Shortman. Arnold Philip Shortman. Yes, Shortman is his last name. Grandpa Phil was literally just calling him by his last name. It's a running joke. But yes, it really is his last name. Arnold is actually Arnold is a 9-year-old dreamer who's apparently ideals his wise beyond years. Yeah, Hey Arnold, the cast of Hey Arnold is the same age as Recess and South Park. But yeah, Arnold is your kind of your average kid growing up, but he's grown up with his grandparents because his parents left to a random Spanish country, Latin American country called San La Rosa when he was 2 and never came back. They were like doctors trying to cure some crazy disease. It gets wrapped up in the movie. But yeah, so he's your main character. He's quirky antics, having to deal with being a 9-year-old and having, kid crushes. Yeah, our main character is his best friend, Gerald Johnson, who is just like the cool kid. He's like the storyteller. Whenever like the urban legend, they go to Gerald. He is the source of it. Yes, the kid in play, high and tight afro. Wow, that's actually how Wikipedia describes it. His most distinguished feature is his tall kid in play hairstyle, wearing the number 33 sports uniform. But yeah, he's just the cool guy. He always hits Arnold's back. He's trying to help defend him on a lot of stuff. And the third main character is Helga Pataki. Helga is your tomboy. She is like slightly like one of the bullies. And she is like crazy stalker-ish level of obsessed with Arnold. She made a statue of Arnold out of chewing gum. But yeah, I don't blame her. Like, second step away from like why you should go watch this show. Helga's family is messed up. Like, someone's getting abused in some way, shape, or form. Let's just break it down. She has a golden older sister named Olga, who's perfect anyway. Like, concert level, like pianist, super smart. I think there's like a 10-year age gap between the two of them. She's popular, cool, pretty, everything like underneath the sun is like the descriptors that other people tell Olga about Olga. And no matter what Helga can do, can never live up to her sister. Her mom is a alcoholic. Stay-at-home mom that just drinks, and her dad, Bob, is an asshole. Like he like at times forget they like almost like outside Olga, who actually really cares about her sister, and it's one of those things where I think she's the only one who actually tries to be nice to her. Their parents just ignore her. All right, rant over. Back to the show. Yeah, like I said, it's all of like these three are kind of the main people who drive the point home. They're always somehow involved, but it's like all the school kids. Like, here's like just the kids to get involved, and I'm not going to any crazy number. Helga's best friend is Phoebe. Harold Bateman, who is a overweight Jewish friend of Arnold. That's how it's described. He's also a bully who eventually becomes another good friend. Actually, like friends like Stinky, Sid, Rhonda, Eugene. It's like these are all people. But yeah, it like Arnold has his grandpa Phil Shortman, who's apparently an 81-year-old man who's like just the wise old grandpa who's pretty much seen it all. Apparently, he was a World War II vet. He like runs. He lives at a boarding house, which grandpa pretty much runs the whole thing himself. He's still wise, and his grandmother is plausibly insane. If you really look at it, it's either she's trying to be so wacky and crazy for Arnold's sake because his parents are missing, or B, she has dementia. Which also is a crazy fact that he has his grandfather's 81 and he's 10. His parents are in their 40s. That means that I'm just saying it's just a weird stat. But yeah, it is a simple, good show. The movie, Harold the Jungle movie, actually somewhat wraps everything up to an extent. But yeah, it's one of the shows where you can sit down, go watch it with your family. You'll laugh, and it's actually a great way to look at how a lot of kids around that time frame went out inside and did stuff. It was actually a pretty good balance on kind of the way things were. But that is it. That is all I have. I will see you weird people later.